And we begin this half hour with the impact of U.S. tariffs. The Dow Jones ended the day more than 1,300 points lower.
Now, this comes just a day after historic gains in the stock market when the president put a 90-day pause on most tariffs. The exception is China, which now faces a 145% tariff. And despite positive news on inflation, economists say Americans will likely see a price increase on certain goods.
The minute that these containers hit our shores, these prices will be felt. And again, as we've seen in the massive sell-off of U.S. technology companies that rely or that have supply chains that are extraordinarily exposed to China.
Well, China says it is willing to fight to the end when it comes to tariffs and has been reaching out to other countries attempting to strike a deal of its own.
Gulf Coast shrimpers say they need more federal help. Cheap imports from other countries are driving down local demand.
Now, with reciprocal tariffs of those countries on hold for 90 days, shrimpers are left wondering if they'll even get a boost that they say they desperately need.
Fox's Sarah Alegre is live for us in St. Mary's Parish, Louisiana. So, Sarah, are they still hopeful after this latest tariff delay?
Anthony, Caroline, at this point, it's too early to tell. There's been so much back and forth with these tariffs. But the shrimpers I talked to, really up and down the coastline, stretching from Texas to Florida, they say they trust in the current administration's efforts. They're going to continue to push for these imports at the maximum level, trying to get a 25% caps, I should say, on those imports.
Shrimp season is a month away, but for Gulf Coast shrimpers like Rodney Olander, there's not much to look forward to, at least for now. Rodney's been coasting these waters for more than 40 years. Now he's working with the Trump administration, hoping he can save his business.
We're hoping again that with these tariffs, maybe, that'll turn things around. I mean, that's the only thing we got to hang our hat on right now.
For years, the market's been flooded with cheap imports, making it hard to stay afloat.
It's to the point where, I mean, we're just barely hanging on by a thread.
Between 2021 to 2024, the U.S. spent between $6 and $8 billion a year on shrimp from other countries, making it the top seafood import. In 2023 alone, U.S. seafood imports were more than $20 billion higher than seafood exports. A trade gap that shrimpers say is only making things worse.
And we feel like we've hit that mark of going so far down. We feel like we only have one way left to go now, and that's back up.
That's Thomas, Rodney's brother, and head of the Louisiana Shrimp Association. Shrimping runs deep in their family.
We're becoming extinct right now. We were over 20,000 commercial fishermen in 2000, and 25 years later, we're down to about 4,000.
But industry leaders say tariffs may be the key to their survival. Wednesday, President Trump announced a 90-day pause on higher tariffs for 75 countries, even though he kept a 10% universal rate in place. Shrimpers here say even that small tariff helps.
Our shrimp prices are already starting to go up. So that was really good news that we heard in the last few weeks, that the price of our product has gone up some. All we've seen for the last 2-3 years during this past administration was a lower price. It just every year it go down even lower, and it was just unbelievable.
Yeah, and the shrimpers I talked to this week, they tell me they're fighting for some major policy change here as well. They want that revenue from some of those trade penalties along with duties to go back to the industry. Right now, that funding is going to the Treasury. In St. Mary Parish, Louisiana, Sarah Alegre, Fox 26 News.